Good morning. It is Friday. Glad you joined us. I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic. Looking across the country today, we've got high pressure in place through Ontario, but we are still seeing some snow along a cold front swinging through the Greater Toronto region this morning as you start off your commute. But by late afternoon, it will be gone. Unsettled weather in Atlantic Canada. We will be seeing places like Newfoundland getting snow today for the morning commute. You're already seeing that snow in the Maritimes and mild in the west. So as we look at our extreme cold warnings in place, we do have central Quebec included, Perron, as well as the Saguenay, and moving towards Ontario, Moosonee in that extreme cold warning. It feels close to the minus 40s in some cases, and a lot of warnings to talk about in the east. Looking at PEI, prompted any warnings for you, but there it is for your morning commute. Halifax over towards New Brunswick, and that rain, which is the green, is staying offshore, so it is all snow moving through the Maritimes at this point. Winds aren't too bad. They will pick up overnight, and temperatures this afternoon also not too bad, but as we head into the morning time for tomorrow, that's when you're going to see a significant change in your temperature story. As we look at Ontario next, we've got Quebec City dealing with snow towards Ottawa. We're also seeing about 2 to 3 centimeters of snow for the morning. Montreal could get the same as the day goes on. Heading next to our temperature story in Quebec, what we do have is the potential for a dramatic drop in your temperatures as well. This afternoon, Montreal's minus 12, but we'll see a mix of sun and cloud. Gatineau will be minus 14, and with the wind chill, it's going to drop off into Saturday morning as well. Much like the Maritimes, it is the same trend from Ontario straight into Newfoundland. And that was part of an announcement yesterday that the Harper government will be investing over $130 million in improving our weather forecasts. Now, this listed right here on this map are Environment Canada's warnings. They issue over $1 million a year to let the public know where we're seeing the most severe weather, and we then translate that information to you here right on the Weather Network. So you can see anything marked in purple. Environment Canada has deemed extreme cold warnings, feeling like the minus 40s, the Saguenay over towards Moosonee, and we do have a blizzard warning in place for the Gaspé Peninsula, seeing some strong winds at this point and some snow this morning. Snow also in the Maritime provinces, but it is going to be about 2 to 5 centimeters across Nova Scotia. New Brunswick also getting into that snow, but it is not prompted any warnings for you. Cold front swings through in the wake of that cooler air coming in tonight. Also Newfoundland seeing snow through the day, and then we get more snow as we head into the end of your weekend. Ahead of that, there are already special weather statements in place for Nova Scotia as well as PEI and New Brunswick. At this point, it looks to be rain in Nova Scotia, a rain-snow mix in New Brunswick. Now this morning, temperatures, St. John's minus 4, but then check out what happens into your afternoon. Much cooler temperatures. Let's check in with Nathan Coleman with some stories he's been working on this week for us. Thanks for joining us, Nicole and Chris here. You've made it to the weekend.
All right, let's get you up to speed here. Following a couple of systems, this one here, warm front, warm air, cold front, cold air. We're seeing some streamers off Georgian Bay and Lake Huron this morning. And then Pacific air, warm air, still continues across much of the west.
Yes, and that will be your story right until next week. Let's to be dropping dramatically. So for this evening, Halifax minus 3, Moncton minus 6 when you're heading out for your Friday night. But then take a peek at Saturday morning.
Oh my, minus 20 in Charlottetown, feeling like minus 33 in Halifax. A wind chill tomorrow morning around minus 27.
Wow. And let's head to Montreal now, where
love this time of year. You know, we're gearing up for Carnival, of course. Winterlude is around the corner.
That's right.
This morning, bit of light snow dusting the roads in Ottawa and Montreal. Not too bad in terms of temperatures, but you're going to get significantly colder.
Yes, so here it is, the reveal.
Yes.
Minus 40 with the wind chill in Quebec City through the overnight. And let's talk about that snow, Chris. So we have snow moving through parts of Quebec City into Saturday night, but also Newfoundland could see 5 to 10 centimeters through tomorrow night.
By the looks of things, most of the snow you're seeing in the Maritimes is this morning, so you clear out this afternoon, then your story is the cold. Now, as we head further west, we're seeing a bit of snow south of Georgian Bay down towards the GTA, not much in the city of Toronto, maybe just a trace, a little more to the north. And then another system comes in for tonight and tomorrow for northern Ontario.
That's
2 to 5 centimeters, except more near the Superior Shores, Manitoulin Island.
And temperature is a big part of the story, too, in Ontario here. Look at Toronto. Saturday's minus 1. Sunday's 3 degrees, but then temperatures fall quite dramatically through Sunday. We'll probably reach that daytime high in the morning.
Yeah, there's a risk of snow Sunday and Monday into Ottawa and Montreal. The looks
today very light,
yes.
But the big story, Chris, the temperatures.
Yeah, Winnipeg is pretty much right on the border between the Pacific air and the Arctic air, and as a result, temperatures swinging up and swinging down, back and forth for the next several days.
Stay with us. East is bracing for frigid temperatures today. That includes you in Ontario, Quebec, all the way to Newfoundland. And the Harper government is investing in weather. We'll tell you more at 13 past how much and what that means for you as Canadians. And snowfall forecast from east to west. There's a few of us that are going to be shoveling this weekend. We'll tell you where. Now, today across the country, we've got calm weather in northern Ontario. We're seeing some snow in southern Ontario, even through the greater Toronto region for your commute. Some lake effect setting up for you with northwest winds and some snow for that morning commute in the maritime provinces. We do have Nova Scotia seeing snow, New Brunswick as well. The rain is staying offshore, so cold enough that it is all snow, plus cold enough for these warnings from Environment Canada. Parent is included over towards Moosonee, feeling close to -40 with the wind chill. And then as we look towards the Gaspé Peninsula, you are in a blizzard warning for things picking up through the overnight. Now, as you can see right here, this is the snow moving through Halifax, through Summerside as well, and Moncton. This will generally bring you about 2 to 5 centimeters through the day. In Newfoundland, the snow has stopped. St. John's, since last night, you have picked up 6 centimeters of snow in this morning temperatures compared to Saturday morning. A big drop. Now let's check in with Kasia Badurka right now. Through the morning show, she's going to tell us how you can get out there and go on an exciting journey. I'm planning our road trip already, Kasia. This morning, Toronto -6, feeling close to -14, and there is snow coming in for tomorrow. Right now, let's figure out where Mike and Mark are going to be this morning. It's Share Your Weather, the favorite part of the show for many viewers, because someone's going to get a personalized forecast. So Victor tweeted this to me yesterday. He said the view from the commuter train this morning in Vancouver, quite a spectacular sight there with the sun off in the distance. So Victor, here's your personal forecast for this afternoon. 8 degrees for the daytime high. That's actually quite average for this time of year. Winds sustained at 5 kilometers an hour. And yes, a little bit of rain coming through late this afternoon, which continues right until Saturday. It will bring you 25 to 35 millimeters of rain. So it's a soggy end to the week. And then what we have is an additional 25 millimeters of rain in Vancouver for Saturday. So it's a wet start to your Saturday afternoon. How can you get a personalized forecast? Well, send me a photo of your weather to @Nicole Karkic. That's my Twitter account. And then we might choose you and show your personal forecast on the morning show. All right, let's head to this. Environment Canada has issued some warnings for many of you in the east today. We've got the potential in the purple for feeling like -40 for Moosonee, for example. Blowing snow warning in place for the Gaspé Peninsula. Environment Canada issues these warnings, and then we relay them here on the Weather Network to you to keep you safe. Now, an interesting announcement yesterday from the Harper government. This was tweeted from the Weather Network saying that the Harper government will invest $134 million to improve weather forecasts. From the press conference, here's what that initiative will mean. So pretty exciting. On average, 1.5 million forecasts, warnings are issued by Environment Canada per year for scenes like this, the snow as well as the sun. Looking towards the east, we will be seeing some snow moving into Atlantic Canada. This was captured from the Halifax region and sent to our website, theweathernetwork.com. Symptoms. Good tip. I'm guilty of those hot showers. As we look to the afternoon, Winnipeg -11. Regina will be 2 degrees, quite mild here towards the west. Calgary getting up to 3. Over towards Ottawa, -14. So, yeah, a couple of eeks across the country to talk about. We've got snow moving through the prairie provinces with our cloud tops. The darker they are, the higher they are, the colder they are. It's usually indicative of where we're following some systems. For Atlantic Canada, snow in the Maritimes, also some blowing snow in the Gaspé Peninsula this morning. There it is right here. And you can also see some green. That's staying offshore. So the rain offshore, a little bit of mixing coming into Lunenburg with that pink popping up, as well as towards St. John. So temperatures are starting to rise into the afternoon here for the Maritimes, but we will be getting more snow into Saturday night. Newfoundland around St. John's, you've already picked up 6 centimeters of snow, so an additional 5 to 10 into Saturday night, plus some blowing snow. You will get a break this afternoon in the Avalon, but then we do see the return to the snow. Generally, it's about 2 to 5 centimeters in the Maritime provinces. It's not a huge storm. This morning, temperatures -3 in St. John's, but a big drop, not this afternoon, but by tomorrow morning. Here's Nathan Coleman. Happy Friday. We're talking about that weekend forecast for you right across the country.
Yeah, the east bracing for some frigid temperatures in the Maritimes. Have you seen tomorrow morning's forecast? Wow.
I know. And the Harper government will be investing in weather. How much? That's coming up as well throughout the program.
Right. Snowfall forecast from east to west.
Yes, so let's talk about this.
Some light snow today into tomorrow, maybe about 5 centimeters.
So not too bad, but there's that system making its way through. Newfoundland gets a break in the afternoon from the snow, but then it picks up again through the overnight. For the Maritimes, it really is during this morning commute.
Yes, and we've got a host of watches and warnings from Environment Canada. We'll take a look at the moment. High pressure across southern Ontario. So lots of sunshine, but temperatures are going to be falling through the course of the day. So bring the shades, but also bring the scarf, the hat, and the layers.
Exactly. And speaking of layers, anything in purple feeling like minus 40 this morning, and a blizzard warning for the Gaspé Peninsula. Right now, gusts could get up to 100 kilometers an hour, and more so that will be worse into the evening. Coastal
areas of Labrador, winter storm and blowing snow, so that's not a great combination. That's really for tonight into Saturday. So, of course, it's Environment Canada who issues the watches and warnings, and then, of course, we like to provide you with the additional forecasts.
That's right, and this is right now. The radar returns showing that snow moving through Nova Scotia quite quickly. Some pink popping up on the radar, Chris, just indicative of that rain-snow mix, but the rain is offshore.
Generally a 2 to 4 centimeter snowfall, so not epic, but enough to slow the drive around this morning. So you've got the snow to contend with. That's really the bigger story. And then what's coming? Check this out.
There's the reveal.
Holy shazamo.
This is Saturday morning. So Halifax feeling like minus 27, Corner Brook minus 16. But wow, look at these temperatures, Chris.
Yeah, and northern New Brunswick is under the extreme cold warning. So once again, not a huge snowfall. Newfoundland, you're going to see about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow out of this. Again, watch the blowing snow in Labrador.
And speaking of snow moving into Ontario, Chris, and Quebec, we've got Quebec City with some snow. The Ottawa Valley as well this morning, just with a cold front swinging through. But it is dying down as the day goes on.
It is. Sun's coming out, but the temperatures are going to be cold, lots of sunshine, and we'll take a look at your long-range forecast throughout the program as well.
This afternoon, quite average in southern Manitoba, with Winnipeg getting up to minus 11. Toronto's minus 10. That's below average. Look at Halifax. You're 3 degrees. Not doing too bad, but want a better forecast if you want to head to the beach. How about Nassau getting up to 27 degrees? I've been before. The beaches are spectacular. There's great restaurants as well. Over towards Freeport, 27 degrees on Saturday. So seeing quite a bit of sunshine if you're headed out. If you get too hot, you can always cool down in the water. And Miami will be 24 degrees Saturday. Thanks, Kasia. I'm excited to see the vehicles she's going to be looking at. I'm just already thinking about all those road trips I want to take. So across the country, cloud tops, very high, cold clouds moving across Alberta. We've got some mild air moving into the prairies. All week, it's going to be above average right until next weekend for most of the prairies. And then for Atlantic Canada, we do have some snow for you that's already moving in the Maritimes. So for your morning commute heading out the door today, it is snow for Halifax over towards New Brunswick. Starting to see some pink coming into St. John. That's just some mixing. The rain is staying offshore, so a little bit messy for your morning commute. But overall, this is generally 2 to 5 centimeters, even less for Yarmouth, even less for Fredericton. And Newfoundland, more snow later on today. You've already seen 6 centimeters in St. John's, 12 tomorrow in Carleton, PEI. So temperatures are going to be taking a big drop into tomorrow. This morning, though, minus 3 in St. John's, a little bit colder here for the western shores of Newfoundland, but overall not doing too bad. The afternoon, we bump up to minus 4 in Buckins, minus 2 in Gander, but then the big change comes as we head into Saturday morning. This morning in Halifax, you're 2 degrees, so a little bit of mixing happening when you see that snow. Towards St. John, you're 0. That's why you're also seeing some mixing at this point, but that won't last for very long. Our afternoon, yes, looking okay, but then for Saturday morning, you're going to be freezing. We even have for Saturday morning in northern New Brunswick, including Edmundston, a extreme cold warning in place from Environment Canada, so it'll feel close to minus 35. But here and through Quebec and northern Ontario, it's feeling closer to the minus 40s for you as we head into tomorrow morning. And this morning in the red for the Gaspé Peninsula, that is a blowing snow warning. Gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour, blowing all the snow around tonight. So that's the heads up if you're traveling in the area this evening. This afternoon in Montreal, minus 12. A little bit of snow for you this morning for that commute as well. Through the overnight, diving down in temperatures, dropping like a rock all over the place, in the east in particular. And for Ontario, a cold front has been swinging through this morning, bringing parts of the greater Toronto region some snow. Through to Saturday, under 2 centimeters for southern Ontario, because a new system comes in through, bringing the north more snow tomorrow. I know. Where's the road trip going to be, Chris? Where would it be if you could go anywhere this weekend in an RV?
if I could go anywhere this weekend, I would probably, you know what? After seeing the journeys that Mike and Mark have done,
yes,
I think go across the prairies and see all the beautiful roadside attractions, and temperatures are above seasonal too.
That's true. So temperatures play a part in that story for Chris. So the east is bracing for frigid temperatures.
Yes.
That's not where we're going in our road trip. Snowfall forecast from east to west, and this story, Chris.
Yeah, Prime Minister Harper investing in weather. Environment Canada is set to get a big boost. So that's something to watch for. In terms of today's forecast, and by the way, we will be checking in with Mike and Mark. Unsettled, I think that's probably a big word. The snow this morning in the Maritimes moving into Newfoundland, followed by very cold air. And the snow you're seeing in southern Ontario this morning will be followed by cold but sunny weather today.
Yes, very cold. And towards the west, very mild. And that trend stays in place for the next couple of days. Also rain moving on shore for the lower mainland later this evening. Could get 25 to 30 millimeters in Vancouver.
Yeah, still snowing in the interior, essentially between the Monashee Mountains and the Rocky Mountains. Although Vernon and the North Okanagan, you're still in that snowfall warning. That's tapering off today. Northern Ontario is frigid this morning.
Yes.
Wind chills in the minus 30s. You had the squalls. That was the cold front yesterday. Visibility down to like the hand in front of your face. Well, it's calming down. Absolutely.
And if I was Mark's mom, I'd be disappointed he's not wearing a hat again.
Oh, shame
What
on
is
you.
he thinking?
Tisk, tisk.
Tisk, tisk, for sure. Into Saturday, we're seeing snow. So that cold front really has already moved through southern Ontario. We do still have, however, if you're along Highway 400 near Barrie, some streamers right now could reduce visibility.
Absolutely. Even some flurries towards the Highway 35, 115 in the Kawartha Lakes region. And then this is largely tomorrow, overnight tonight, tomorrow, 2 to 5 centimeters in northern Ontario, locally up to 10 centimeters.
And the winds playing a part in the story, of course. Those northwest winds, if you live in the traditional snowbelt regions, you know the drill. We're going to get those northwest winds continuing through the overnight. And then by the afternoon, high pressure in place. But up next, Chris, the next little system whizzing through with that snow.
But this one will also produce, that warm front will also bring the temperatures in southern Ontario up tomorrow, but particularly tomorrow evening. Now, we take a look at a quick 7-day. We're talking about Sault Ste. Marie. Temperatures all over the map, but near seasonal for Monday.
Stay with us. We'll talk more about the warnings in the east next. So hashtag share your weather. This is when one lucky viewer gets to get a personal forecast. So on Twitter, Victor sent me this photo from yesterday. He says the view from the commuter train this morning in Vancouver. Pretty spectacular. Victor, here is your personal forecast, because that's what share your weather is all about. This afternoon, 8 degrees in Vancouver, light winds sustained at 5 kilometers an hour. We're going to see this afternoon into tomorrow 25 to 35 millimeters of rain. So it is a soggy end to the week. And on Saturday, even more rain moving into the city of Vancouver. Send me your photos to my Twitter account. That's my profile picture, and it's at Nicole Karkic. And use the hashtag share your weather. Send it to me, and then maybe you'll get a personalized forecast. Now let's look at this. Talking about weather today in the east, lots of watches and warnings issued by Environment Canada, and then we're relaying it to you here on the Weather Network. Anything in purple feeling like minus 40 this morning, and a blowing snow warning in the Gaspé Peninsula. So we get these warnings from Environment Canada, and then we let you know about them. Environment Canada yesterday announced this big news. We tweeted it at the Weather Network account. The Harper government says it will invest $134 million to help improve weather forecasts. Here's more from the press conference on what that means for you. An exciting initiative, and Environment Canada does issue 1.5 million public forecasts a year. As we look at this picture from our website, the beautiful steam coming off of the water in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Could see this again tonight because temperatures are diving down. And another picture from our website from Markham, Ontario. Thanks, Kasia. Certainly is getting colder in the east, but warmer in the west with some nice Pacific air moving over the Rockies into Alberta and the Prairie provinces this week. It will be nice and mild right until next week. For Atlantic Canada, snow in the Maritime provinces tapering off by the end of the day. And for southern Ontario, we do have some lake effect squalls right now. Toronto's -6, Barrie's -9, and Kevin Yard is right in the thick of it. Those squalls in the Barrie region. Thanks, Kevin. Good tips. So how much snow are we seeing? Well, with lake effect bands, we could expect to see some reduced visibility and about 2 to 5 centimeters through the afternoon across southern Ontario. And as we look towards the north, a system coming through tomorrow is what will bring places like Sudbury 2 to 5 centimeters and Sault Ste. Marie 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. So two things going on. We've got the lake effect for now with those northwest winds, also Goderich, Kincardine being impacted by those squalls. High pressure by this afternoon, but then here's that system moving through northern Ontario first for Saturday afternoon, and then it will eventually reach places like Ottawa. Let's head right now to northern Ontario, where Mike and Mark aren't seeing the squalls, but certainly they are seeing the cold. And finally, Mark, you're wearing a hat. All right, thanks so much, Mike. Certainly sounds scary. We've got some snow for you traveling, a little bit of an issue with some slick roads in the Maritimes. It's passing through Halifax, Moncton as well. St. John, it changed over to a bit of a rain-snow mix, but it's lifting north of the city. We do have about 2 to 5 centimeters for Nova Scotia. Same story in through New Brunswick. More snow moving in tonight for Newfoundland, including St. John's, getting 5 to 10 centimeters by Saturday night, and all that snow will be blowing all around this evening in the east. Glad you could join us. Nicole Karkic and Chris Murphy with you. Our top stories in Canada today.
East bracing for frigid temperatures, cooling down in southern Ontario and Quebec today, tomorrow in the Maritimes.
And a snowfall forecast from east to west. Some of you will be shoveling tomorrow morning. And this is an interesting story we're talking more about at 13 past the hour. The Harper government will be investing $132 million in weather, so we will tell you what that means for you.
All right, for today, quick little highlights here. The snow in the BC interior generally tapering off. Strong winds in southern Alberta, but still pretty mild. There could be a little bit of rain-snow mixing in Calgary through the afternoon, and possibly some mixing in Edmonton as well.
That's right. And moving towards Ontario, calm in the north, but we do see some squalls for your morning commute around Barrie, Collingwood, Kincardine, Goderich too. And that snow in the Maritime provinces, Chris, here's the radar to show you when you're headed out right now, we are seeing some mixing north of St. John's, but generally it's snow.
Yeah, for the most part, you see PEIs all under snow. This is about 2 to 5 centimeters. So it's just enough to slow things down this morning. This afternoon, you're generally looking at dry weather, maybe Cape Breton hanging on to that rain-snow mix. I think the big story, though, is going to be what's coming, and by that what's coming, let's fast forward 24 hours. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You saw, if you took a snapshot in your brain and saw those temperatures before, 3 degrees in Halifax this afternoon, minus 16 Saturday afternoon, and that's the trend in the east. As far as the snow, though, Chris, not too much in the Maritime provinces, as you said. I mean, you people there that live there, you're used to it. Newfoundland has seen in St. John 6 centimeters so far. A break this afternoon, followed by more snow into Saturday night. Yeah,
by the way, Sunday will be warming up nicely across the Maritimes, and Monday's storm will be primarily rain for Nova Scotia, and for New Brunswick, it could be a rain-snow mix and strong winds. PEI also mainly rain and wind. That's for Monday.
That's for Monday, so on the horizon. But for Saturday morning, Edmundston in an extreme cold warning, as well as parts of Quebec and Ontario, and blowing snow this morning for the Gaspé Peninsula. And moving to Quebec, Chris, Quebec City, some snow for you this morning.
This is the cold front right here. So temperatures in Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto are just going to keep on dropping through the course of the day. This afternoon, Montreal wind chills minus 22.
And this afternoon, Montreal feels like minus 36. Well, some of our viewers do, Kasia, some others don't. I guess it's all relative, too, because as we look to the west, places like Calgary this morning was sitting at 6 degrees, and that is above average. But if you like skiing and snowboarding, maybe you're not so happy with that news. In the east, for Atlantic Canada, St. John's already seen 6 centimeters of snow. By today, you'll be minus 12, so there's some cold air moving through. As far as the snow goes right now for your commute, we are looking at under 2 centimeters for Yarmouth over to Halifax, 2 to 5 north towards PEI, and northern New Brunswick could get 2 to 5 centimeters as well. Now for Newfoundland, you're getting a bit of a break into the afternoon. Some sunshine actually for the Avalon Peninsula, but then snow moves through in the evening and overnight, and generally it's 5 to 10 centimeters with some strong winds. And this does show the winds as we head into the afternoon. Anything in our orange, and then you start to see the darker orange and pink, especially along the shorelines of Newfoundland, picking up for Saturday quite substantially here into Saturday evening. It'll be very gusty with some westerly winds coming off Newfoundland, so that will be the blowing and the drifting snow. This evening temperatures, when you're heading out for your Friday night, it is minus 3 in Halifax, minus 10 in Fredericton, but then Saturday morning, it is a completely different story. You'll be wearing a different jacket, perhaps. Look how stunning that is. Winter can be quite beautiful. And in Montreal, beautiful city, overnight, it'll be minus 26, feeling closer to minus 36. So that's our cold air in place. Sticks around for your Saturday morning, but so will the sunshine. Now, there isn't much sunshine in southern Ontario for this morning. We are seeing some lake effect bands around Barrie, Kincardine, as well as Goderich. So about 5 centimeters for you this morning. 400 series highway, 400 rather, near Barrie is pretty tricky for traveling. Moving towards Ottawa, 2 to 5 centimeters. This comes through tomorrow. So this is with a new front that comes through tomorrow afternoon, bringing northern Ontario some snow first, and then it does sink south to the GTA. That's right. Thanks so much, Kasia. So as we look to the west, it's warm, but our top stories east is bracing for frigid temperatures. A dramatic drop tonight in places like Halifax, St. John's, Newfoundland, over towards Ottawa and Toronto. Snowfall forecast from east to west. And coming up at 13 past, we'll talk about how much money the Harper government will be investing in making our weather forecast better for you. Slick roads out there for Halifax. Although the snow's cleared out for you, we'll just see those lingering flurries. We do have a extreme cold warning in place for northern New Brunswick, including Edmundston. This is for tonight, so temperatures are dropping off later today. And a blizzard warning for the Gaspé Peninsula. Winds this evening gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour, and extreme cold through central Quebec tonight as well. Quebec City is seeing some snow just along a cold front that's swinging through the area. You can really make it out quite well on this radar. Through the Ottawa Valley, we've seen those passing snow flurries, so in the clear now as you head out the door, but not so much through parts of the maritime provinces. Moncton seeing some snow. It is moving north, but PEI, Cape Breton Island, some lingering snow flurries for you right now. How much? It's generally about 2 to 5, as I mentioned. And then for Newfoundland, while you're seeing some sunny skies today in the Avalon Peninsula, by later this evening for St. John's, it'll be about the 7 o'clock hour. Snow is going to pick up again, and an additional 5 to 10 centimeters will fall with some blowing snow into Saturday night. Because yes, you guessed it, the winds are also picking up. This morning in Northern Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie feeling like minus 26 with the wind chill. So I'm getting goosebumps just saying that, and I'm wondering how it feels out there for Mike and Mark, who are actually in Sault Ste. Marie. I would vote for that one too, Mike. All right, for the snowfall, we've got snow right now for places like Barrie, Kincardine, Goderich, just with some northwest winds. So that's lake effect. You know the drill if you live in the area. But coming through tomorrow afternoon is a system that will bring Sudbury down towards Cottage Country, over towards Ottawa, 2 to 5 centimeters of snow. So that's tomorrow, and then it does sink south to the greater Toronto region where you could see just a light dusting. It might not even reach Toronto. Through the prairie provinces, some snow in Winnipeg into Saturday night, 2 to 5 centimeters for you. Thanks, Kasia. So if you're going to be camping in something like that, that's called glamping, right? Beautiful. As we look at the weather, we've got some warm air still in place for you in Alberta this morning. In Calgary, you were sitting around 4-5 degrees. Moving into the prairies, we're getting that nice warm as well right through the weekend. For Ontario, we're seeing some snow squalls traveling along Highway 400 near Barrie, if you're in Kincardine, Wyerton as well. And for Atlantic Canada, snow right now for your morning commute into the afternoon. Really around Halifax, it's cleared out. We're just seeing some lingering showers, actually, just a wet rain snow mix. It's really clearing out of New Brunswick, but still Cape Breton Island and PEI in the snow right now. An additional 2 to 5 centimeters, generally speaking, for the maritime provinces, if you're getting anything. But for Newfoundland tonight, more snow starts. This means it's going to be blowing all around with some strong winds, and that also will apply for the Gaspé Peninsula. Let's check in with Nathan Coleman right now in Halifax. That's right. So this weekend, tune into the Weather Network, particularly on Sunday night in the maritime provinces. We've got special weather statements in place for you for messy weather moving in for Monday. Now, cold, extreme cold in Quebec. It feels like minus 40 tonight, anywhere painted in purple. The Gaspé Peninsula in a blizzard snow warning. That means tonight we could see gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour, blowing all that snow around. This afternoon feels like minus 22 in the city of Montreal, but you will see some sunshine after snow moves through Quebec. Quebec City overnight, minus 40, so a big drop in temperatures from right now. We're not good for travel. Mike and Mark are in Sault Ste. Marie right now, and last year, boys, on this day, the daytime high was minus 4.4, so you seem to really be chasing that cold air.
Because we have to make our way to Parry Sound today.
All right, Mike can work and Mark can play. That sounds like a good gig, doesn't it? This morning, we've got those northwest winds. That's what's causing the squalls off of the lakes. Lake Erie, though, too frozen to get any squalls for you at this point. High pressure rolling into place through the afternoon. And then this is our next system. That red line, though, that's a warm front. It's going to really bring up our temperatures Saturday night. But yes, generally 2 to 5 centimeters. Happy Friday. You made it to the weekend. Nicole and Cheryl Plouffe joining you today. Cheryl's going to take over for the morning and give you all the details you need across the country.
I will take you through the next few hours and tell you what's going on across the country, because we have not the busiest of patterns, Nicole,
No.
but some interesting features today. rain for the BC coast, and then the unsettled weather continuing for Atlantic Canada from this low pressure system will be an interesting thing to watch.
Exactly.
And Northern Ontario too.
That's right. And for you in BC, through to Saturday night, we've got a system now and then a system coming through Saturday morning. So these are two combined. Whistler, about 5 to 10 centimeters of fresh snow for the hills. Not too bad. Also through the interior. And yes, some rain in Vancouver, which will bring you under 15 millimeters of rain. Not too bad.
And the snow levels are fairly low, 600, 700 meters as you travel through the BC interior valleys. So just something to be mindful of. And then as you get into the Columbias and the Purcells and the Monashees, you definitely are looking at 10 to 15 centimeters of snow.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
This morning, Edmonton could see some freezing rain. You're sitting at around -4. Calgary was 6 degrees earlier, a few hours ago. So this morning, temperatures are steadily dropping. So 3 degrees as you get outside with the sunshine.
Still cold in Manitoba, Northern Ontario, and extreme cold in Quebec too. But we look at Winnipeg here, and even through this morning,
right.
we're -18. Wind chills obviously more extreme as you head north.
And some snow as well, Cheryl. We've got through to Saturday night, just a little quick system moving through, dropping under 2 centimeters for Saskatoon. A little bit more towards Thompson. You could see 5 to 10 centimeters of snow again into Saturday night.
Our team is in Sault Ste. Marie. Mike and Mark are out there, and they are not quite in the snow squalls, thankfully, but they're off to their west. How are you guys faring out there?
Trip.
Good luck, boys. Hopefully Mike finds a razor. He hasn't shaved the whole time he's been there.
We've been on him. Don't worry. We're trying to work on that. -16 is what it is in Sault Ste. Marie, and we have some colder wind chills further north. So some developing stories, which I'll be touching on,
Yep,
Nicole,
the
as
east-
you go on with your day.
Exactly.
The east is bracing for frigid temperatures. More coming up.
This afternoon, quite average in southern Manitoba, with Winnipeg getting up to -11. Toronto's -10. That's below average. Look at Halifax. You're 3 degrees. Not doing too bad, but want a better forecast if you want to head to the beach. How about Nassau? Getting up to 27 degrees. I've been before. The beaches are spectacular. There's great restaurants as well. Over towards Freeport, 27 degrees on Saturday. So seeing quite a bit of sunshine if you're headed out. If you get too hot, you can always cool down in the water. And Miami will be 24 degrees Saturday.
Just to give you an idea of how strong the winds are, you can see these flags up here. They're just really ripping away right now.
-18, -19. That's what we're dealing with here in the city of Sault Ste. Marie.
Well, it's a wet and slushy morning out here in Halifax.
Not all our reporters had to be outside. Here's Kasia Badurka's assignment.
It feels like -15 outside of the Toronto International Centre here at the RV show, but on the inside, nice and cozy.
Meanwhile, a family in Michigan got a big surprise when they found the skeleton of a bullfighter, Nicole, a matador.
It's a mastodon, Chris.
Oh.
Watch the morning show Monday at 5:30 a.m. Eastern.